An inmate behind bars. To start our coverage, let's give you a timeline of the facts here. August 25th, a stabbing at the AutoZone on Hamilton and 32nd in Columbus sent a 51-year-old clerk to the hospital fighting for his life. The next day, 19-year-old Javon Hatchett is arrested, allegedly telling police he stabbed the man because of his race. From August 28th through the early morning hours of September 5th, Hatchett shared a cell with Eddie Nelson Jr. Around 2:30 a.m. this past Saturday, Hatchett is allegedly seen by a deputy strangling Nelson to death. As of September 8th, Hatchett is facing a murder charge, and Sheriff Donna Tompkins says her staff had no idea of the racial motivation Hatchett admitted to police at the time of his arrest. Documents from the original crime now shedding a different light on the string of events leading up to Eddie Nelson Jr.'s death. We're also taking a look at what could be done in the future to prevent a crime like this from happening again. And our Samantha Servant continues to investigate this case and bring us the very latest developments. She joins us live this evening with some new details. And Samantha, so tell us more about what you found out today.
Barbara, from the very beginning, Sheriff Donna Tompkins has said she and her staff had no idea of the risk 19-year-old Javon Hatchett posed to his cellmate. Today, I got the documents to prove what she says has some validity, even though some questions remain.
Go pull the initial incident report from the Columbus Police Department, which is 3 pages long, and it states that he stabbed this person at the AutoZone. It gives no reasoning for that, nor would we know what that reasoning was. No, we did not know.
After charging Javon Hatchett with the murder of his cellmate Eddie Nelson Jr., Muscogee County Sheriff Donna Tompkins says no one in her department knew of the alleged reasoning behind Hatchett's original charges. In a Columbus Police Department offense report, it states under the hate and bias column, anti-white. This report was not given to the sheriff's office. However, as Tompkins said, the initial report given to the jail has no information on this alleged bias. The narrative reads, quote, "Subject entered the AutoZone and stabbed the victim multiple times with a knife."
Somebody made a decision to put these two inmates in a cell together, and that never should have happened. And whoever did it had to have known.
Attorney Craig Jones is representing Nelson's family in a wrongful death lawsuit. He says multiple sheriff's deputies were in the courtroom during Hatchett's preliminary hearing, where officers testified Hatchett told them he stabbed the 51-year-old AutoZone clerk because he is white.
And you can't tell me that those officers in court didn't go back to the jail and tell their supervisor, and their supervisor didn't tell their supervisor, and so on and so on. I think that it was probably a total breakdown of communications, but this was a big enough deal that if you're in charge of the jail, if you're in charge of the sheriff's department, you have to know about this.
Absolutely. There needs to be better communication from the courts or the police department, the sheriff's department, but upon his initial bookend, we did not have any information and that would have told us what, or the circumstances behind every case. We just don't know. We know what the charge is. That's what we know.
Sheriff Tompkins is conducting an internal investigation to find out if anyone knew of Hatchett's history, and if they did, why they didn't bring it up. And Barbara, by the way, I did speak with police today who say the original victim from the AutoZone stabbing is now out of the hospital and recovering at home.
And yeah, Samantha, that is good news.